Yes, during orgasm, ladies and gentlemen, that is when you experience a peak of pleasure, you experience a peak of euphoria, you experience a peak of joy and pleasure and everything that comes with it. Your muscles tend to contract extensively, your heartbeat increases, your breathing increases, your temperature increases, and it is at this point that if you are not very careful, as being a cardiovascular disease patient, you can suffer the fatal end to your life, especially if you have not been properly following therapy, if you have not been properly managing or controlling your particular condition. So, in essence, what are we saying now? And if you've noticed, at the end, after sexual activity, after orgasm, you tend to feel how your body is relaxing, everything is returning to normal. But now, not everybody recovers. The recovery time for everybody is not the same. Some people recover within few minutes, while some, it will take them hours to recover. And these people, especially this category of people suffering from cardiovascular issues, it will take them hours to recover from that particular orgasm they have witnessed. You could be coming while going. You might never know. You might be coming just while going. So you need to be very, very careful of how you take your cardiovascular health. Take it serious. Take it personal. Work towards preventing them. And each time you encounter anything, get in touch with your medical personnel. Discuss it with them so they can best advise you. And another thing you must know, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that there are certain medications you might take as a cardiovascular issue patient that will affect your performance in the other room. Of course, yes, it can affect your performance, especially negatively, where erections might not be attained, and maybe when it comes to excitement, you will not easily be excited or aroused during the activity, which will affect you and your partner. So what can you do? Prevention, they say, ladies and gentlemen, is still better than cure. So you need to do everything possible so you can prevent incidents of cardiovascular issues. Another thing you must understand is, since it is a physical activity, it's a physical exercise, and there is always exhaustion that you feel during the exercise. And this exhaustion, you might start feeling it as chest pain, you might start feeling as increase in your breathing, and all these things can affect you in ways you cannot really imagine. So if you have not been properly monitoring incidents of cardiovascular issues in your life, I will advise you go for checkup, because early detection will prevent or will help you in easily treating them at an early stage. And another issue we have, that this one is a very wicked one we have, is the availability and accessibility to healthcare facilities. And of course, another thing is diagnosis, early diagnosis and detection. It becomes a little bit challenging to easily diagnose and detect some of these things. So always go for proper screening every now and then, every quarterly. Always go for diagnosis, always go for screening, so that you can be sure you do not have any cardiovascular issue, especially if you're coming from a family that has history of cardiovascular events that are not beneficial. So prevent it. Limit the way you consume certain things, alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking, and of course junk food, especially junk food, and limit your salt intake. That can increase your chances or your risks of developing some of these cardiovascular issues. And of course, take exercise serious, controlled exercise, not vigorous exercise, light exercise serious, and do it on a regular, so as to keep your health in check. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot hear such a wonderful information and keep it to yourself. There are people who need this information in order to better their own life. Do the mercy, do the needful by sharing with them, and of course, letting them know that commenting, asking questions, and asking or maybe contributing to the growth of this particular program is of utmost importance. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.